says, "What's wrong, Matthew?" And I says, "Mom, I have bad news." And after they finished the dinner, my mother went to the kitchen to clean up or whatever. And she said when she left the room, young Francis was sitting on my father's knee. And when she returned to the room, Francis was on the floor and my father was lying back on the recliner. My father had died. I was 3 months from being born at that stage. I suppose my mother had a couple of early admissions to hospital from a young age. We were young, maybe. I think the first admission I made have been probably somewhere around 7 years of age. Francis was 9. She was moved into the psychiatric hospital.
So she obviously was struggling with her mental health.
She was. The alcohol too was another problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the two of them going at the one time is difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think grief, probably looking back, it was just complete.
Grief.
Yeah, grief.
Yeah.
She would have said that she really struggled at the beginning, in the very early years. Obviously, a baby, you know, to go out and deliver a baby after losing your husband is not, it's not ideal. Maybe when Francis had said that he was moving to New York, that was another change, and she didn't do very well around that.
Francis, did you miss him as well? Because obviously he's your only sibling, right?
I was absolutely heartbroken.
Were you?
There's no doubt about that. The day that he went to Donegal town to leave home, that was the hardest part for me. It was just loss in every sense of the word. Really difficult. We were at an event and we went in for a drink on the way home, and the phone had rang a couple of times, and next thing, the lad that I was with was called to the phone and he says to me, "Matthew, I must take you out to Michelle's sister's house." He says, "They need you out there." I had said to him, "Colin, just let me know what's going on before I go in here." And he says, "Just come in, please come in." She was sitting crying. She was standing crying in the middle of the hall. And she just says, "Matthew, I have bad news." And I says, "What is it?" She says, "Francis died." I said, "What happened to him?" She says, "He took his own life." And she opened the door and she says, "What's wrong, Matthew?" And I says, "Mom, I have bad news." She says, "What is it?" I said to her, "Come on into the front room." I said, "I'll tell you in here." She goes, "Is it Francis?" I said, "It is." I says, "Mom, he died."